Batch. Chatting with MattTheBat. You chat, I chat, we chat, I'm fat. Chatting with MattTheBat. Yeah!
Hello, everybody. I'm MattTheBat from MattTheBat's Bat Shit Show, and this is the 10th episode of Bat Chats. Holy shit. 10 episodes in 3 months. I'm not even shocked by the number. I'm more shocked that 10 people would talk to my weird ass. Yeah, I'm fucking weird. Anyways, this is the series where I interview my favorite creators and hear their perspectives. It's pretty cool. So make sure you hit that little like button. Really hit that subscribe button and absolutely smash the living shit at that little bell notification. Ding! That way you can stay up to date on all of the awesome upcoming episodes. I'm just getting started. There's a lot in the works coming up. So let's go. Well, listen, today is an awesome day because today we have Lauren Brodauf on the show. Last week I dropped a Sim Series episode on her, so it'll be linked in the description below and we'll give you so many more details about Lauren. But no, I think Lauren's super funny and she's super unique and she's just been crushing it on YouTube these last couple years. And I've had the pleasure of becoming her friend over the past few months through social media, and she's really cool, but I'll let you see that for yourself. Everybody, please welcome the Virgin Queen, the daughter of Freddie Mercury and the woman with the most irritable bowels this side of the Mississippi, Lauren Brodauf. Come on out, Lauren. Woo!
Hello, everybody.
Woo! Welcome. What is up, Skater? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you. I'm so glad we got you out here in the studio. I mean, what do you think? Pretty cool, right? Glamorous?
It's beautiful. It's the best. It's the only studio I've ever been to, but it's quite impressive.
Thank you. Well, I have to say, you've been very patient with this whole thing because I asked you to come on like 2 months ago, and I've just been busy and being crazy. So I appreciate you coming out here for what I think is your first interview.
It is. I'm a little nervous. I did give myself a pep talk in the shower this morning. Not gonna lie. But we're here. We're doing this, and I'm excited.
Amazing. Well, I'm so glad to hear that. Even though you said this was your first interview, when I Google your name, when I YouTube your name, I happen to see another strange, soundless interview clip of you as a track star of some sorts.
Okay, wow.
Can you explain that? Because there's a fight in the comments. I don't know if you've seen it.
I've seen the video. Someone sent it to me, and
Are you disturbed?
Not thrilled. Yeah, a little bit. I didn't know it would make its way to YouTube and in the eyes of the public. Yeah, it was just a video. If you're watching this, anybody who's watching this, don't search the video. I don't like it. Yeah, I used to be a bit of a track star, you can say. And I won a race and I had an interview. And I'm just so awkward in it, as I probably am now. But
there's no sound, so I can't even tell if you're awkward in it.
Oh, then they took off the sound because there used to be sound. So that's better, actually.
It's insane. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that fucking weird video. We're here to talk about you. Because I'm a big fan of yours. I think your channel's awesome, and it's just like such a hodgepodge, if you will.
There's a bunch of shit going on there.
Yeah. I'm trying to get at my vocab. That's why I said that. I don't use that often, but it's a hodgepodge because they're just, so many types of videos, and it got me kind of wondering, like, who are some of your favorite YouTubers? Because I see, influence kind of from different places, but it feels like you at the end of the day. But I want to know kind of like, who are the people that inspired you to become a YouTuber, and who do you watch like daily now?
So for like comedy YouTubers, I'd say I watch like Cody Co, Noel. Who else? That's kind of like, I don't watch that much YouTube. I watch a lot of like random. I watch like a lot of like movie review channels, which is kind of corny. I watched a lot of like cooking channels. And I'm obsessed with the series, what is it? Worth It, where they go around and they like, have you ever heard of that one?
Is that on BuzzFeed?
Yeah, I think but they haven't done a season in a while, but that's good. I like that one.
Cool.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, speaking of movies, there's one question that I got from one of your fans. This is from Monkey Lover, and she wants to know, hey Lauren, I know you have a really good movie taste, so what are your top 5 favorite movies? Do you have any that you would like to share?
Yes, I would love to. Okay, so I just watched the Before trilogy by Richard Linklater, Before Sunrise, Sunset, and Before Midnight.
Sweet.
Those are, the vibes are just exquisite, love it. It makes me long for love in Europe. I'm gonna be basic and say School of Rock. That's a classic, hilarious, love it. What else? Love Lady Bird, also basic, but it's going to be a classic. It's amazing. What else? I love all the Studio Ghibli, however you say it. All those.
Yeah,
movies.
I'm not sure either, but I like them as well.
Yeah, they're just like so comforting. Like when you need like a warm hug, they're there for me.
That's a solid list right there. I feel like recommendations are kind of your thing too, because with Spotify, I know you do your Spotify playlist, which are pretty great and curated. So you want to talk about that a little bit?
I don't know. I got into making playlists like a couple years ago, and I would make like those car playlist videos where I'd like go driving. So I kind of started making them specifically for those videos, but then I kind of stopped doing the videos, but I kept up with the playlist, and it's kind of just like a hodgepodge, if you will, of
like what you did there.
Thank you. Of just like my favorite songs and like songs that I kind of like find. Like I go like on the recommended artists of like different artists to see like just like try different like genres and everything, and I just put on what I like that month, I guess. A lot of it's like curated for like I go driving at night a lot, so like if you want to get in the mood, get in the vibe of like night drives, those are a lot of the songs on there are perfect for that.
You're giving me sad boy vibes. I didn't know you were like this, Lauren. Are you a sad boy?
I'm not a sad boy.
Sad girl?
I'm not. Well, no, I'm not. I'm not a sad girl.
No.
I'm not. Well, sometimes. On occasion, when I want to be.
When did you start doing this for real? Because I think it says your channel, you've had it since 2016. And then the first upload I see is 2018, and you came for my girl JoJo Siwa. I wasn't happy about that. But
that video is privated. No one's gonna see that. So don't try to look for it.
You're gonna put on private?
No, it is private.
I just saw it.
Are you f***ing serious? That is, if anyone's watching, just don't try to find it because it's gonna be privated the second I leave this Zoom.
Wow, I feel like I had some exclusive eyes on that. But yeah, you have over 300,000 subscribers. Congrats, that's like really cool.
Thank you. I don't know how 300,000 people ever wanted to watch me in the first place, but here we are.
I know why, because your channel's really good and you're funny, and like we're gonna get to some of that kind of stuff, which is all the stuff that I love about you as a creator. But when did you start kind of like seeing these results? Like, was it because I'm kind of in the process right now of just building it out. I've told you this, like I just started a couple months ago posting regularly. I can't speak regularly. But so now I'm just like, I'm just like waiting to see what happens. Like I'm taking it very lightly, but like when did you see those results and were they kind of shocking to you?
I think it was my 18th or 19th birthday. I hit 1,000 subscribers that was like 2019, and I was 2018. I don't know when it was. Anyways, I was thrilled, and I was like, oh my god, like this is amazing. 1,000, and then my Freddie Mercury Halsey video. I don't know if you've seen that one. Mm-hmm. It's a video. It went. Great. Thank you. It went kind of viral. Well, it went pretty viral that following January, and that's kind of when like the channel started picking up. And then I kind of started getting like some traction, like some videos went like semi-viral. And then I think that August or the following August, I had an Omegle video and that went really viral. And that was when I hit like 100,000. And then it kind of just built from there.
That's awesome. That's a really cool story. Yeah. It's funny you bring up the Halsey video, Freddie Mercury video, because I actually just love the editing on it so much because it's so funny.
I have Freddie Mercury over there.
Oh,
my father right there.
Well, that's actually really funny because I had a question about Freddie Mercury for you from one of your fans, Beatrice. She wants to know, hey Lauren, how's your father? And then in parentheses, Freddie Mercury. So how is Dad doing?
He's good. He's good? Chilling over there. Yeah. He's nice. He's been in the studio lately making some music. A lot of it's unreleased, but
so he's still alive.
Yes, he is. Okay. He's hiding from the public eye. He had enough of it back in the day, so we just like chill together alone.
That's
father daughter time. It's good.
A little bonding.
Yeah.
I love it. And so with this being said, there's so many like little tropes and jokes that you have that kind of are built into your universe. And you're kind of recording this all in your house, as you said. You're living at your parents' house. Like, I always wonder, what are your parents thinking of what you're doing? Because it's like, it's got to be hilarious to hear you in the other room, like making little like songs and stuff.
We have a guest room in the house, and there's like 3 doors to get to it, and I close every door. Like, I make sure I am in the depths of the house, like nobody can hear me. I'm like, don't even go near the guest room because I'm gonna be saying some weird shit in there. I'll just let you watch it on the video. But no, my mom, she is like my number one supporter. She watches all my videos, posts them all on Facebook for her 2 followers to like. And my dad, he's subscribed. I don't know if he watches my videos. Occasionally he'll say he does, and he like doesn't get it at all. Like the jokes, I'll be ironic or something and he'll think it's like serious. I'm like, well, that was a joke. But no, they're supportive.
That's cool. So when you started your YouTube channel, like, was the goal to be this big? And did you also, I was meaning to ask you, did you drop out of school for this, or are you in school now, or what's the deal with that?
I am not in school. I was like a freshman, sophomore for like 3 years until I was like, I have no interest in this. So
I'm jealous. I wish I did that.
Well, see, my parents don't have a say really, because I'm like 22. I can make my own decisions. But once I move out, it's kind of like, I don't know, like, what am I going to do? Like, it's kind of like existential crisis, because at least like when you go to college, you kind of have like a set path. Like, you have your major, like you'll go to internships, I guess. So I'm kind of just like, there was no like majors that really interest me. So I'm just doing YouTube, and I'm gonna eventually move out and see where it leads.
That's awesome. Like, that's all good to hear. And I'm just thinking about all the time I spent in college where I could have been doing what you're doing and like making videos and building a brand and stuff like that. And I totally get it. So like, best of luck to you with that. I think that's great.
Thank you.
And you're doing it right so far, because a big thing we talk about on the show is kind of like the creator economy, and just like how creators are in this really interesting space right now where they can kind of like build their brand and have all these different areas of it, and like how they all work together in harmony to kind of make this like, their creator economy.
Yeah.
And you've been doing that really well, because as I said earlier, you have a ton of subscribers. You're doing ads with Skillshare and Honey. Well, you've done it in the past. I don't know if you still do it, but like, I just think you're doing it right. Like, I'm very happy for you. Does it feel good to be kind of like doing that?
No, yeah. It's like, well, I just took that trip to France, and I was like sitting there, and I was like, I'm like I didn't have to take off work or anything to come here. Like, I could have done this at any time. And like, that's when it like kind of clicked. I was like, okay, like I am on my girl boss shit, you can say.
I would definitely say you're on your girl boss shit.
They hate to see it. They
hate.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy actually. And like the brand deals, like I never saw myself like getting the opportunity to work with like these huge brands. It's kind of crazy. And to be able to make like a mini commercial for them, it's really cool.
You're too humble, honestly. Like, I feel like it's a good way to be. So maybe I shouldn't tell you that, because I think that's the right way to be. But like, I think you don't understand like how many people really value what you're doing.
I honestly like don't know if I do understand it.
It's the same way as you look up to people like Cody Ko or whatever. Like I'm a big fan of Cody Ko as well.
Yeah.
And he probably says the same shit. He's probably like, why are people like looking at me like this? But I don't know. It's really nice. And it's like, I talk about this in the Sim Series episode. It's just like these little things that you do that really make somebody feel like they're with you. And I think you being in this house and being this person who's very like, very sweet and very, very humble is like what really just makes you such a unique creator, because YouTube is not about being humble right now. Like, it hasn't been for a while, right?
No, it's not. You could look at the trending page and see that, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess like it's kind of just, I'm recording in like my childhood home guest room. So, and like I'm editing at home or in a coffee shop. So like, I don't really like, I don't see, like I see a number, like I see how many people view the video, but like without like seeing them in person, I guess it's kind of hard to like fathom, sort of.
Yeah, it is kind of strange like that, right? Would you ever do something that was sort of a way to incorporate your fans like physically once COVID is over, or like maybe like a pop-up or something like that?
I mean, yeah, for sure. It would totally be like low key though. It would be like I would tweet like in advance, like, hey, I'm going to be here. We can do like a little meetup. I would never like nothing like the conventions, like none of that interests me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's weird that like people pay to like see people. I don't know. Not that anyone would want to pay to see me, but you know.
I would pay to come see you do a live rendition of one of your songs, I think.
Oh yeah, IBS sucks live.
Yeah.
that would be the one exception. So.
That's so funny. Well, it's funny when talking about writing songs and stuff like that, because this is a part of like your creator economy. It's like, you know, some people have like one of my friends, he's an animator, and he has a book deal now. Like he has like this book thing, and you know, I have other friends who make merch and all these kind of things, and your kind of sub business right now, which is kind of at the very beginning, I would say, is like your music. And I think it's really awesome that you kind of make these videos showing how you make the video, and then you show the process of it, and then you actually put out the music video. And it's funny because it comes off as a parody or a joke, but I actually think the songs are really good. And when the first time I heard it, I was like, okay, Claro. And then I looked at the comments and everyone was saying the same shit.
I know,
and I was
yeah.
like, that's pretty cool. I don't know.
No, I totally want to make more songs, whether it be like, I did make a song with my friend Hugo. Shout out Hugo. He just released his EP and he asked me to be on a song with him. And like, he produced the whole thing. And but I was able to like write my lyrics, and like it's just like it's kind of, I don't know, it's like it feels like intimate when I'm like recording and writing the song and like showing the process, and then just like being able to see like a finished product, which is the song, is so cool to me.
Yeah.
And it's like so fun. It's kind of different, like it's, you know, kind of like a different genre of like thing that I do. Like it's not Omegle, it's not Tinder, you know. But yeah, definitely want to make more music in the future. It's fun. And making the music videos.
Yeah, it's so fun. I mean, as I said, all those parts, they work into your universe, and it's like, I could just tell that your fans love it. And speaking of fans, you have one fan with a question for you based on your music. I think it's Clara Lawson says, hey Lauren, did you do singing lessons when you were younger? Did you?
I did not, and that should be apparent, but
no, you have a great voice.
Thank you. I was in, let me think. I was in my 6th grade play. It was about, I forgot what it was called, but it was about pirates. And I was a pirate. I had 2 lines, and I was a background singer and dancer. So that's the extent to my training. Well,
we're going to dig that up, and that will be hopefully in this video. I'm going to try to do my research, and I'm going to try to find
that. You can try. That was a long time ago.
Yeah, between your music and everything else, it's just kind of cool that your fans will just flock to you and like whatever you do. And I could tell that they really adore you based on the comments. I said that earlier, but like they're kind of with you every step of the way. Even, you know, when you're looking for love on Omegle or Tinder or Farmers Only, wherever it is. Yeah. I mean, the journey to find a man for you is quite incredible, and I think we're all rooting for you.
You know what? And here I am, sitting alone, single. So I'm gonna keep searching.
Did any of those friendships that you've made sort of on like Omegle or anything else, did those turn into anything else? Are you?
Yeah, like some of them I got like their Instagram, like and you know, like we're mutuals on there, like we'll DM sometimes and like say hi.
It seems like in at least one of your videos, like every one of your videos, there's like someone who's decent and you like kind of get along pretty well.
No, yeah, those are usually the people who like I'll get their Instagram after, they'll get mine, and like they're just like nice people that I would want to be like friends with.
Because you're holding out for Mr. Styles, I believe.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Well, that's funny because the one of the biggest questions I got from the poll I was asking people questions on was there's many, as you'll see on the screen, but people want to know, the main question they want to know is Timothee or Harry. And I know this is a lot. I know this. Oh, you know right away?
Harry Styles, baby.
Oh, wow.
He's my Harry. Oh boy, I could cry right now. He's my heart. He's my soul. Timothée. He would be a beautiful boyfriend. If he asked me to marry him, would I say yes? Of course. But if Harry was like, hey, whoa, dude, she's mine, I'd be like, he's right. I'm his. Like, I belong to Harry. He belongs to me. He doesn't know it yet, but one day he'll realize that.
I hope so. I think you would be a beautiful couple. So the real question is, totally fake scenario. Say you're on like a mountaintop. You're on some fucking high peak up there. You're on the top, and
it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous, but there's a fucking flaming pit of lava underneath you, and you're two men, Harry Styles, Timothée Chalamet. But listen, here's the catch. Now that I know that you're more of a Harry stan than a Timothée stan, they're both hanging off the ledge.
Okay.
And but you know that Harry does not want to be with you, but you have to save one of them.
But Timothée wants to be with me.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Okay.
Do you let Harry perish, or do you save Timothée and
become
happily ever after and live with the guilt of destroying Harry Styles?
Wow. Okay. Timothée gives us such entertaining visual performances, and I mean, so does Harry. But like, he gives us that music, and all right. This is where the interview ends. Goodbye, everybody. No, I can't answer that. I can't.
You can't answer it. Okay.
I don't think so. Because what if one of them ever watched this? They'd be like, "Oh, that was f***ed up," and that would be ruin any chance I had with either of them. So. That's true.
Or
what if they're like? Fair. What if they're homies? What if they're tight? And Timothée was like, "Why would you do my boy Harry like that?" And then I'd lose my chance with both of them.
I feel like they probably have crossed paths, and I'm sure that they probably shared a few cheeky laughs together. That's
they probably have.
What I would say.
They're good mates.
So when you went to France, you made a couple of videos about it. They were great and super fun. And it's kind of cool to see you in that vlog element, because we see so many different types of you, as I said, with the hodgepodge. But but it was cool to see that vlog element from you, and just to see you abroad was pretty awesome. And one of the comments I had, or one of the questions I should say, was from Morgan Ears. I don't know who that is. And this person said, "Hey Lauren, did you like France? Was it a culture shock?" And then they said, "Careful of your answer. I'm French." So be careful of your answer. They're French.
Okay. I'll try not to anger you, but I honestly have all good things to say. France was. I'm already planning a trip back for May. I'm going to go to Cannes again, and then I'm going to go to Paris again, Paris. And it was kind of a culture shock in terms of like, everybody there was just like, so hot. Like, I wouldn't move there because I would just feel insecure about myself.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a culture shock, but that's just a note.
What's up with that? Hot. Why is that?
Why is everybody hot?
Yeah, it's like that in Italy. I was shocked I went to Italy. I'm like, what? Where the f*** am I?
I think like there's something in the European air. There must be something in the water. Right. They just flawless people. Let me think. You had to pay to use public restrooms, which I do not use public restrooms often, but if I gotta go, if I have to take a piss, I will have to maybe just cut this part out or don't. I don't know. Anyways, you had to pay to use public restroom. There was a lot of piss in the street. That's the only thing I didn't like.
Because you had to pay.
Like everywhere.
They didn't want to pay, so they pissed outside. Yeah,
exactly.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, I saw actually somebody holding their small child just over the curb, and they were like, pee, and it was peeing.
Oh wow, that's so strange. In London, they had this like outdoor urinal that was outside the bars, and it was just on the sidewalk. And I'm like, is that not indecently exposing yourself to a ton of people?
See, I don't like it. Urinals scare me.
Was that your first time leaving the country?
It was my first time.
Wow.
Besides like my trip to LA, it was kind of my first time leaving like the eastern part of the US.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But like the art, like everything was so beautiful, like just so old, but so it was vibes. It was good. I loved it.
I mean, that's really cool that you got to experience that at 22, because I feel like you have such a greater appreciation when you're that age, because you can like drink and you could really be absorbed in the culture. Like you can eat the food, you can drink, you can go out, do all these things, especially being at the film festival and stuff. It's like,
that was crazy.
That's pretty sick. That's awesome.
Yep. Already planning my trip back. I'm very excited.
So your universe of Lauren I think it allows you to do so many things like that, like traveling, like making your music and all this kind of stuff. And you already have a few themes going. And one of the biggest themes is your irritable bowel syndrome. Yeah. Let's chat, girl. You got the IBS?
I got the IBS. I got it bad. I got it real bad.
You're so brave for normalizing IBS in the YouTube community.
Thank you so much. Some people say it is the worst disease, the most painful disease to ever exist in existence. So every day I wake up is a challenge. But no, I'm just trying to raise awareness for my fellow IBS soldiers out there. Keep your head high, soldiers, because we got this.
I'm extremely proud of you. I've been trying to quit gluten and dairy because I believe I too have IBS, but I'm not as brave as you are to just come out and say it.
Well, thank you for that. IBS does suck. Like, that's all I gotta say. Stream IBS sucks, everybody.
Well, yeah, we'll stream the song, and I wanted to award you something because of all your struggles with IBS.
Oh shit.
This
scared? Is it?
Is the Bravest Constipated YouTuber Award. And it's for you.
Thank you.
Where will you display it?
Can I have
take it? Yeah, here, I'll pass it to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay. You guys can't see it because I'm holding it down here on my lap.
Are you gonna put it on a shelf? Like, what are you gonna do with it?
I think, you know what? I'm gonna put it, do you see, hello, where's my finger? Okay, there's a gap right there next to my father, Freddie Mercury, and those Van Gogh, those Van Gogh paintings. I'm gonna put it right there.
Oh, those aren't originals?
So I can look at my... No, they're not original Van Goghs. I had to let that be known, just in case anyone thought they were. I'm gonna put it right there, so I could look at that, and then look at my father. It's beautiful.
I'm gonna be looking out for it in the background of your next videos. Sure. I hope you take that with pride.
I will. I do.
Do you have any upcoming videos? Because you posted a lot through quarantine, and you took a break for a little bit, but you did post a lot in the beginning. And it feels like you're back kind of like full force on track. Like you have more videos coming up.
I do have a list of videos. I make lists. I have an ongoing list, and I'll jot down an idea. Usually at 3 a.m. it'll pop in my head, and I'll wake up and subconsciously grab my phone and type it in the notes. And then I wake up and I'm like, wow, that idea wasn't as good as I thought. But some of them I think have potential. So I will be, I think, coming back full force this upcoming winter season, going into fall, Also have some more vlogs on the way. Travel.
Yay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
But yeah, I don't know, I really, really enjoyed vlogging, in Europe and just past vlogs that I've done. And I don't know, I would like to do more of that, but my life is just not that interesting. That I don't know what I would vlog about.
But are you kidding? That's the charm of your YouTube channel. It's this. Being boring. No, it's not being boring. It's this idea of living in a mundane suburb, and you're just doing everything you can to keep yourself occupied. And I think that there's something so special about that. It's it almost feels like a sitcom in a way, it's just a slice of life kind of thing, where it's just this is what your life is, and we all get to be a part of it. And with that, you have these 300,000 subscribers that feel the same fucking way, that are stuck in the same fucking house in the same fucking suburb, and they just are watching you do it, and they're looking up to you and being oh, she could be funny in her house, I could be funny in my house. And I'm sure you're inspiring people to make YouTube channels and stuff. So
I hope so. I mean,
that's the point I've tried to get across with all this is you're, as I said, you're very humble about it, but there's a lot to admire in terms of just how you portray your life and how you portray yourself as a person, because it's so rare to have authenticity. So as you kind of grow and your business is growing, and there's all these different areas of your business are coming together, things get more chaotic, but luckily you start to get paid more, you start to get more opportunities, all that kind of stuff. How do you plan to maintain that level of consistency and this style, which is you at your house and you being this normal person kind of thing, because your life might not be so normal in the future? How do you kind of plan to maintain that?
Honestly, so I definitely see myself moving very soon, either to New York City or Los Angeles, except I don't know about Los Angeles because I don't know, there's iffy there's pros and cons to both of them.
Totally.
But I think like wherever I end up, not much is going to change. I'm still going to be like what you see on the internet, like, is me. So wherever I am, as long as I have a bedroom and, you know, a place to edit, I don't think much is going to change. In terms of like passing things off to editors and stuff like that, editing is my favorite part of the video process. So I think like,
really,
yeah, like it's totally opposite for so many people, but that's like what I look forward to do. I love like getting in the zone and just like editing away. It makes me feel like so productive. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm going to continue YouTube, but I want to like branch out into more traditional entertainment, whether that's acting, directing, writing screenplays, just like more like Hollywood type
yeah
thing.
Totally.
But yeah,
that's awesome. Well, either of those cities will be a good place for you to go to do all that. And it's funny, we talk about editing, I talk about this in the Sim series episode, but like your editing style is really awesome because you have such like a unique flair with it, like adding in little photoshops and stuff like that, and it just really all contributes to this like cohesive brand that's you as this person who's just a normal person. And like I know I've said that like a million times during this interview, but I just feel like I've cracked the code because it's like all these little things that are really relatable and cool are like put together into these videos, and you put a lot of work into them, but there's this like ruggedness to it, which kind of just once again shows that you're just a normal person who's making fun YouTube videos. And that's what YouTube should be about. Like that's what YouTube was about back in the day. That's the YouTube that I want to live in. Like that's what I'm trying to do. Like I don't want to live in the flashy YouTube. I don't want to live in the I gave $10 million to this kid. Like, I want to live in your YouTube, you know?
Yeah, I hate that. I hate it. I feel like you saying all this, like, you know more about me and my videos than I do.
That's good because I'm fucking weird and I like am trying to find themes through people's videos and kind of understand how they grow and why they're have the followings they do and stuff like that. As you know, one, it's really interesting for me, but two, it's like a part of my own journey. Like, how can I kind of use these things that I'm learning from you and all these other people and like use that for my own YouTube journey that I just started. So, you know?
Yeah. No, you're definitely like, I love your channel. When you reached out to me, I binged like all the videos and just like between like the animation style and like the questions you ask and like the funniness and I don't know, just like, it's really, really entertaining.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, do you have is this like audio only too? Like, do you have a podcast?
It's so funny you mentioned that because I'm literally after this episode that I'm posting with you, I'm going to put the first 10 episodes of the interview series on Spotify. So it should be up by then. So that's really funny you bring that up because I was going to try to plug that and I actually forgot to write it down. So thank you.
You're welcome. Good. Because like, I love listening to podcasts. Like I never watch the video versions because I'll usually listen to them while like on a walk or driving. So I'll be sure to tune into Bat Chats.
I got my sponsor right here. I got my first Spotify listener. I love it. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm really happy for you and this whole YouTube journey, and I hope that we can meet in person sometime soon. We can maybe make some bops together, maybe get some tats. Like, what do you think?
Oh
like,
yeah, no, I'd love to. Oh hell yeah.
Come down to the Carolinas. We'll get some tats.
Yeah, I hope that one day my body looks like a doodle pad and it's just a bunch of tattoos all over me. So I'm down for that.
That's my goal as well. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm MattTheBat from MattTheBat's Bat Chat Shit Show, and this was Bat Chats. Once again, if you're new here, please make sure to hit that like button, that beautiful subscribe button, and that gorgeous little bell notification. Ding! That way you can stay up to date on all the upcoming episodes. This show is about to expand so much, and I don't want to say too much more, but I think that there's going to be a lot of cool different series and all that stuff coming up. So you're going to want to stick around. Lauren, thank you so much for coming on. Seriously.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. It was a very good time. I loved it.
I'm really glad. I'm glad that your first interview went well. You were a pleasure to have on. Her links will be below, so make sure to watch all of them, stream her songs. Yeah, I hope you had fun with all this.
Thank you. I did.
Cool. All right. Well, okay, skaters. Make sure to tune in next week, or else. Yeah.
Or else what?
Yeah. You said it. I was just waiting for you to say or else. That's like kind of my thing.
Okay.
The thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.